I may use my software a lot differently than other people. These games have a whole lot of venues to race at and a whole slew of cars. And rather than bounce around, what I've always done is pick a class of cars that I want to race in and then find the vehicle within that class that I'm going to use as mine. And every racetrack I go to, I use that vehicle. This way, any kind of alterations I do to the setup or just learning the vehicle, it's always the same. Now, sometimes I'll go out and I'll pick up a car and I'll tool around at a track just for shits and giggles and not really try to get better at it just as a diversion, but I'll always come back to the class in which I drive and the car in which I drive. And the same goes with tracks. I try to get really good at a track before I'll race online with anybody. And here's a track, Snetterton, out of Assetto Corsa Competizione. There's two tracks, Valencia and this one here that I have not driven on ever in the game. And some of the other tracks I've only driven a few times. I'm probably in this game, I probably wouldn't call myself very proficient on more than 7, maybe 8 tracks. And I've probably only won at 2 or 3 tracks in this software package online. So generally what I'll do is I'll just drive around slowly. You can take this map and have it sit on the screen so as you're driving you can see what turns you're coming to. I kind of don't want to do that. To me it distracts a bit. I'd rather just drive around the track at 40-50 miles an hour 2 or 3 times and see what the track is like and then start taking off. But I don't like having too much phony stuff in front that wouldn't be there, you know, for real or in the game. I'm not trying to cut a fast lap, so
track's clear. Push, push, push.
So all I want to do is I want to drive around the track, look for visual cue points. Like I've been told here with the sign that this is the hairpin. I'm guessing that I want to be all the way in to the curb and pull out to where the green, the extra area is. And here's my hairpin. So I'm sure I'm going to want to be right near this sausage and drift out to my extra area. I'm looking at a medium type turn and I've got my poles here which tell me where I'm going to hug the apex. And now I'm coming up to another hairpin and I'm going to look for a sausage on the curb. Oh, I got a pole instead. So I want to make sure I'm up against that pole and then come out wide. There, that barrel is my visual cue. I'm just hitting the rumple strip there, pulling wide. I can hit this to give me a better angle to come towards that barrel. These are all visual cues. There's my run wide spot. These are all the visual cues that I'm going to have to get used to seeing. Here's my barrel and my poles. Here's my sausage. I'm staying near my sausage, not hit it, but stay near it. Here's my run out. This is a typical turn here. You're going to come right. You can see all the dark spots from the tire marks on the rumple strip. So that's the course well traveled. Wow, there's a very late apex here. Look at this. All these are telling me I've got to hug that and then hit this sausage. I think I'm coming up to my last turn, maybe? Yeah, because there's the pits. Oh, there is no turn. That was the last turn. All right, sausage mark here. I'm going to come down to this hairpin. Stay tight to the sausage and come wide. Whoop. Yep, see? Came in there too strong. I will spend 2 hours easily trying to learn a track to where I feel comfortable enough to race against the AI. Because you don't want to lose any points with the computer game, the simulator, as far as your competency. There's a rating system, and even racing against the computer, doing negative things has a drastic impact on your safety rating, and then what races you're allowed to partake in online. So you don't want to do anything stupid with the game. It monitors every freaking thing that you're doing. So I don't race against the computer until after a couple of hours, and then all I'll do is I'll do practice sessions and make sure that I'm out of the bottom 1/3 on the timing schedule before I'll race. Because then I know at least there's a third of the field that I'm as good at or better than speed-wise on an average lap. Then when I get good racing against the AI, which does not usually make mistakes, that's a lot tighter than it looks coming into. It's a lot tighter than it looked. So then after racing against the computer to where I can race into the top 10 on a consistent basis at a track, only then will I try to join an online race. So I've probably got 12, 15 hours in on a track for where I feel comfortable enough to race against people online. I don't want to piss off anybody or ruin anybody else's race who's got a better hold of the track than I do. I got my D-box, or not my D-box, but my butt kicker's up a little too high. I'm getting a lot of noise from the rig. Depending upon what track and what car I'm at, I have to set all these sound and vibration and motion things up differently. Stay to the barrel. Come out wide. That's a bit of a heavy braking turn there. Looks like a straight pit lane.
You've just done it. 2:19.00, which you can start this session.
I can take that in second gear, not first. This No doubt at first.
Sector 1 times okay.
Okay, compared to what though? This game is very critical on you as far as points being taken off. You got to work hard to get points, but boy, it takes them quick. Even not following pit lane rules during practice will count against you. Everything you do in the pit lane or on the track is graded. Another way I'll learn a track is I'll go into a practice session and you can video monitor any of the cars from the trackside view or chase behind the vehicle or in the cockpit. So what you do is you get into a car that's turning good laps and then you learn their line and you can listen to the throttle and see where they're picking up the power, and you can look at the telemetry and watch their braking points and their shifting points. I myself, though, like I said, I need to get a visual for a while to pick it out for myself before I go monitoring what anyone else is doing.
Sector 1's quick.
Some of these turns you got to get to 80 to 100% brake quickly and then roll out of it. There's no easing onto the brake on some of these turns here. You got to pound onto the brake and then pull off of it so you don't spin your wheels. But it's definitely asking to be slowed down, that's for sure. Like there, you've really, I think at the, when there's 2 poles left is when I have to get off the throttle, ease out, and be full brake by the time I hit that last pole.
10.39. That's your best lap in the session.
Alright, it's almost like I gotta rotate all the way through that before I get on any kind of throttle. It's a couple of long straightaways, like this one here. You ought to be able to do some passing coming out of that turn, and or setting up for this left-hander. Might be able to get some drafting coming through there, slipstream. That was not smooth. Felt like I came through that better that time.
The last lap was at 2:01.80. That's your fastest lap.
Alright, don't want to hit the front of that runoff. It's got a pothole there. What the hell's rattling in here?
Tire temps are all fine. Sector time's okay.
Yeah, this straightaway and the one that leads to the pit lane are probably two good spots for getting off a turn into the straightaway and being able to pick up a pass. Right there. Get on the brake. Yeah, this ought to be a good place to pass coming through here. Not much for grandstands at this place.
The lap time was at 2:01.34. Good lap. That's your best in the session.
So as you can see, we're picking up speed little by little here. Rotate all the way through, now back on the gas and stay away from the pothole. I clipped it. Hug that pole, man. Hug the pole.
Sector 1 is 0.6 and pure west. From west, get a bit hot.
What?
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Track time will be deleted. Well, we're going to pull into the pit. That's just to give you an idea of what it looks like the first time I hit a racetrack. But I'm going to try this one out. It looks like it's got some great turns to try to outbrake into. This looks like an outbraking zone here. And there's a couple of really good straightaways for slipstreaming. But Snetterton, England is what I'm going to start practicing on. Hopefully within, the end of the month, I'll feel comfortable enough to do a race online. Obviously not even attempting to win a race. More or less surviving an online race without causing incident or getting into incident.
Watch your speed.
We're at 49, speed's 50, so again, I have to follow all rules even though there's nobody else here. All right, way cool.